What is going on, guys? Welcome to the episode 10 of the story of Ricky Holberman. We are kicking this one off with the offseason. If you guys remember, the Astros made the playoffs, but we lost the one-game playoff to the LA Angels. And you guys can see that we have two offers for Ricky up on the board here. Both are 2-year contracts, and one being for the Angels and the other with the Astros. Now, I did simulate a couple days ahead. I will just be transparent there. I did simulate a couple days ahead, and we had offers for the White Sox, the Brewers. We had offers for the Yankees, and I just wasn't feeling the situations there. So I ended up backing out here, and we're going to go back to the Houston Astros, and we're going to sign that contract for 1.3. And looky, we got another trade. So the day that we signed with the Astros, they're going to end up trading Holberman away to the Milwaukee Brewers, a team that we rejected their offer as I simulated a little bit further, right? So they must have really liked Ricky Holberman. So Brewers acquire Holberman. Now, I don't know what it is. Maybe the league has a conspiracy against Ricky Holberman. Maybe he's a cancer in the locker room, or I have an interesting theory. Ricky's a player, okay? So he's doing his thing here with maybe the coach's daughters, maybe the GM's daughter. I don't know what's going on, but every time he gets signed or traded away, a team just doesn't fit with him, and they end up moving him. So Joe Maddon really likes his game. Now, interesting here that they want him to play first base because they do have Jesus Aguilar, who is a very good first baseman as far as hitting is concerned. So interesting that they want to acquire Ricky's services. So he's not too thrilled about it, though. He says no need. He's very, very upset, very pissed off that he keeps getting traded and keeps getting moved. I can't really blame him. So, and then now look at this. We got another trade. He's going to get moved again. Literally 3 weeks. The only thing that he was doing was just enjoying his time off, maybe hitting the weight room a little bit. You guys can see that he's wearing his athletic clothing here, his athletic attire. He must have just been working out and gotten the news from Joe Maddon that he's getting moved. He's getting traded again. So we're going to the Cleveland Indians. So not the Detroit Tigers. So if those of you guys that have been following this series for quite a long time, you would know that this player is one of my childhood created fantasy players that I ended up making. And he was a Detroit Tiger, right? So he ended up getting drafted by the Red Sox, which is kind of weird because that's what happened in this Road to the Show series. And you can't fudge that up. You can't manipulate that. That's just what happened, and it was really random. I hope one day that we end up getting Holberman in a Tigers uniform. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but this is still very, very strange, the fact that he's going to the American League Central and hopefully to make an impact with the Cleveland Indians. It's very, very strange how this is all working out. So maybe against the Tigers, he ends up being a Tiger killer in the AL Central for at least 2 seasons. And then they want a piece of that action. You know what I mean? Anyway, Holberman going to be donning Chief Wahoo and the Indians uniform. And we've got opening day. It's time to get down to business. Time to get down to brass tacks here. It's still baseball at the end of the day, right? Regardless of who you're playing for, what the stakes are, how much money you're making, it's still baseball. And if you're a winner at heart, you don't really care who you're playing for. You still want to win the game for your team. So you guys can see 276, 30 home runs, 81 ribbies, 13 stolen bases. These are really good numbers for a first baseman. Naturally, he is a third baseman, so hopefully one day, he's still a 4-year pro, guys. So maybe hopefully one day in the middle of his career, maybe later on in his career, he becomes a third baseman. I feel like he's wasting a lot of good young years over there at first base. So hopefully one day there's a trade, there's a move that ends up making him become a third baseman. It would really be kind of cool to see that evolve in that form. And then maybe if he gets moved to the Tigers, I don't think the Indians and Tigers would ever make a trade, but maybe we sign him. Maybe we have Holberman sign in the free agents to Detroit, and he becomes the third baseman of the future. We'll have to see how that all works out. But 3-0 here early on in this game. Top of the 4th, Holberman flies out. And then in a 6-2 game here in the top of the 9th, Holberman's going to also fly out yet again to center field. So he's still kind of adjusting, right? Still kind of adjusting to his teammates, his spot in the lineup, what you got to do when you're in there in the batter's box. It's all about your approach. And I know that there's nobody on, so it's might as well do whatever you're going to do, right? You take on your approach versus the team's approach. So we're going to go to the next game. Mike Clevenger got the win in the last game, and Holberman's going to hit a 2-run shot off Jordan Montgomery for 398-foot boosh. And it's going to be 3-0 here in the top of second. And honestly, that's a really good approach for Holberman. I know that he likes to go the other way naturally. And look at Dave Roberts. Oh, trade bait. Keep it going, Ricky. We might trade you at the July 31st deadline. Who knows? Who knows what's going to end up happening here? But this Indians team is really good with this lineup. I doubt that they're going to end up going to be trading Holberman. I mean, maybe if a really good offer is on the board for 2 players that are going to help him in a playoff push, who knows? But Holberman's going to, yet again, hit another home run in literally the same spot. This time it's 381, not 389. So Indians looking like they're going to take care of this win here, take care of this game in the top of the 6th. They're up 4-1. Holberman's going to get a double, and he's going to drive in another RBI here. So it's 5-1 now. Now it's 5-2 here in the top of the 8th inning, and he's going to send another fly ball deep out there to left field, and this time it's going to be another home run. So Holberman's got home runs 1, 2, and 3. This time was 456. It was absolute moonshot, and the Indians are going to win this game as well. They're going to be 2-0 so far early in this season. So far, Ricky's looking good. Indians lineup is looking good. I like where this is headed. Like I said, I don't think that Cleveland is going to move him. He's just really playing really well. I think he adds to this lineup. He stretches this lineup out really well. Hopefully, he just keeps it going. Really, honestly, because if he keeps this push going and this momentum, that's a really fearsome middle of the order here for Cleveland. And he's gonna, against the Tigers, as we move forward in the season here, in the bottom of the 4th, he's gonna hit another 2-run home run. And his home runs are coming in bunches, guys. He's now got 7 on the season, and we're just starting the season, guys. This is crazy, the pace that he's on. He's on pace to hit about 40 home runs. So hopefully there's no injury, and hopefully there's no cold streak, and he just keeps on raking. So let's go to the bottom of the 8th, and Detroit's going to take the lead here, and it's going to be 4-3, but Holberman's going to send a gap shot into right center field. It's going to drive that runner in from third, and Holberman's going to test the arm from center field, and he's going to slide in safely. So now he's in scoring position. He's got that passion. He's got that fire, man. He's got it within him. But Indians unable to cash in with Holberman on second base, and it's going to be 4-4 as we get into the bottom of the 11th. Facing a 2-1 count, Ricky's looking to do some damage here. A home run is obviously going to win the game. So Ricky, with nobody on here, with nobody out, obviously you want to get on base, but he's going to do his best to put this best swing on the baseball that he can, but he's only going to get in there with a double. A little bit more loft, a little bit more launch angle. They always talk about launch angle now. It's the new thing for hitters. Would have been a home run. So that's the second double on the season, and now Ricky has moved over to the 3rd, and with 2 outs, we need Anthony Tadano to hit a home run or just drive him in, and look at this. Tadano, 2-run shot. It's just going to get over the wall in left field, and guys, the Indians are going to win against the Tigers, a hard-fought W, and I got to say that Holberman was the guy. Holberman was the guy yet again. I mean, Tadano's going to take the spotlight for this game, hitting the walk-off hit, but, you know, I don't know if they'd be here without Holberman, guys. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So Indians get the W against rival Detroit. I hate to say it, but you know, I'm an Indians guy. I like the Indians, so I couldn't. There's worse teams that Holberman could be a part of, right? So I'm a Cleveland guy. I've always been that way. Manny Ramirez, Juan Gonzalez days, Bartolo Colon, early days. Let's jump in a little bit forward. 2021 season, right? That's where we're at. 31 runs right now for Holberman, 289 batting average, 14 home runs in early part of the year. He's making his case for Silver Slugger at first base, possibly even in the MVP running, guys. So having a really good season, and we're showing kind of a revenge tour right here. If you guys are kind of getting the pattern here, we played against Detroit, so obviously there's a storyline to be had there. Now we're going up against Houston in Houston, and Holberman's trying to make these teams pay for getting rid of him. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens down the stretch, because we do have to play Boston here at some point. I don't think we get an interleague matchup with Colorado or New York. So it's basically Boston, Detroit, Houston, and I don't even think we play Milwaukee. And that doesn't even really count, because literally the only thing he was doing was just workouts. He never even, I don't even think he swung a bat or he took any infield or anything with Milwaukee. He was just sitting on his couch eating potato chips or something, watching MLB Network hot stove moves when he found out he was going to get moved. Anyway, so Cleveland is going to end up winning the game here. No, sorry. Houston is going to win the game here. I was just starting to get so used to saying Cleveland wins, Cleveland wins. Holberman still batting really well. Having a good season so far. Yep, it's top of the 6th, 2-1 game here. And Dallas Keuchel, former teammate, is pitching to the red-hot Ricky Holberman. Up 2-1. You can do some damage here. You can do some damage here on a 1-0 count. I know that Ricky likes to be swinging for the fences here, but he's going to send a little line drive. It is a little line drive up the middle, past second base and short, and he's going to get on with a single. And going up against the lefty Keuchel, he gets a really good jump, and he's going to get in with a stolen base. And like I said, guys, as a first baseman that can steal, that's extremely valuable. I know the position's kind of changing a little bit from being like the big man. First base is not really, you know, your big lumbering guy anymore. Like, you want guys that can move a little bit, a la, well, Paul Goldschmidt, right? Ryan Braun has been playing some first base. He used to be able to move a little bit too, playing some outfield. And Holberman is going to read this perfectly off Alex Bregman, and we're going to get a replay here. Bregman threw this off balance. So Mejia had a little chopper to third, and Bregman threw it off balance, and Logan Morrison could not handle it, and Holberman was going on a steal anyway. It was kind of a hit-and-run play, and he saw that, and he just decided, hey, I'm going to make a play to get to home. So he scores. Cleveland killing it right now, and then Holberman coming up in the top of the 7th, going to hit his 15th home run on the season off of Drew Smyly. So he seems to own Drew Smyly, that left-handed, you know, kind of that overhand type of throw. So he loves hitting against Smyly. And then again in the top of the 8th inning, he's going to hit a grand slam, this one for 386. And guys, that was a line drive shot. So he's now got 2 home runs off of Drew Smyly. He absolutely is killing it right now. Wow. So Indians lineup, Indians offense is a formidable force so far. You guys quickly saw Holberman's statistics as we go a little bit further in the season now. 23 home runs with a 317 batting average, and now we're going to Detroit. Top of the 1st here, Michael Fulmer, base hit. No, not base hit, but a ground ball up the middle, and Holberman is going to be out. So he did his best to get back up the middle, but the second baseman made a really nice play here. So Holberman now in another situation where he can have another run being driven in. Top of the 4th here, 0-0 game. Fulmer's been mildly efficient here. 34 pitches, that's his 35th in the 4th inning. I think that's really good. So the Indians are being aggressive, maybe too aggressive right now, and it's allowing the Tigers to kind of stay with them here as we're starting to get into the middle part of the game. So here's a base hit back up the middle. So the first one didn't get through. This one will. Center fielder going to be firing to second base to hold off Holberman to making it a double. So 1-0. Holberman gets the RBI. Fulmer's still out there. It's going to be a 2-1 game, and Holberman, with nobody on, is going to send another gap shot out there to left center field, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. Get to the cutoff man. Holberman's already in there, though. It's going to be a top of the 7th leadoff double, and that's going to be his 12th of the season. So Holberman doing his best to keep his team in it. So here we go. Top of the 7th, and check it out. Holberman's going to be going on contact, and if he didn't slide, he might have had a play to get to home, but bases are going to be juiced here, and they're going to walk in the run. So Barbado, the relief pitcher, going to walk in the run. It's going to be tied 2-2, and the Indians later on, with Holberman having nothing to do with the next run scored, are going to win this game in Detroit. And he's up now to an 81 overall, in 3rd place behind Mike Trout and Jose Ramirez for most home runs in the American League. Most valuable player, he's in 3rd place, but behind JD Martinez and Jose Ramirez. And we can see in first base, he's getting all the love. He's getting all the love. He's going to be an all-star if he keeps up this pace. Checking out the standings real quick. Red Sox for the wild card, Twins for the wild card right there, tied. Mets and Phillies, game and a half back, are the Cubs for the Brewers. So the Brewers are still playing well. So maybe reputation for Holberman starting to change a little bit. If you want to win, if you want to be a good team, you need Holberman, right? So everything he touches Seems to be working out. It's weird. It's weird. Teams are using him for trade bait. I don't like it. This freaked me out. But Dave Roberts calls Holberman into his office, and he is basically giving him a pat on the back and saying, you know what, dude? Congratulations. You've turned yourself into a very, very solid pro. Your efforts haven't been unnoticed here with us, and we're just really glad to have you. So this is a good sign. This is a really, really good sign. But it's kind of sucks because he had to become an all-star, having an MVP type of season in order for anybody to notice him. This is the first time a manager has been able to call him into the office and say, you know what, man, thank you. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for being great, right? So with Holberman hitting as many home runs as he has, JD Martinez, Jose Ramirez in the MVP race, he's going to get the invite to the home run derby, guys. So awesome. So 2 Indians are going to be represented. Paul Goldschmidt, Jake Lamb, 2 Diamondbacks are going to be represented. Judge, Harper, some rando named Danny Matthews, and then JD Martinez. So we are going up against Jake Lamb. So in the first round, it's going to be Lamb against Holberman. And I kind of like this matchup only because Holberman he can go to anywhere. He can go to right field, he can go to left field. So, you know, power for him is evenly distributed. I feel like with Jake Lamb, it's mostly all to the pull side of the field, right? So a lot of home runs are going to be going to the left side. And you guys can see we're just going to zoom right through this All-Star weekend, or not weekend, but All-Star week, and just get through this so we can get quicker into this episode and finish it out. Because it looks like the Indians are probably going to make the playoffs, and we want to show as many playoff games as we can. So Holberman takes a bow, you know, 319, 27 ribbies. That's really good. I mean, that's basically a good season for anybody, right? That's a really good season for anybody, and he's doing this halfway through the 2021 season. So he's just absolutely killing it. First couple swings here for Holberman in the first round. He's trying to get that timing down. So already he's got nothing. 351 here to go in the first round for him, and Holberman's going to get his first home run on the board as a 449-foot shot. So 342 left, and he's going to get number 2. I'm not going to do my Chris Berman impersonation. I'm just not going to do it because, I mean, you can't do it justice. Nobody can do it justice. 12-2. It's now going to be 12-3 if it's got legs. Can it get up? No, it cannot. It cannot. So it's going to fall short. Holberman. There you go. Gotta like that. So now we're going to be starting to zoom through this a little bit further. We still have a minute to win this first round. And here's a long drive to left center. It's going to be enough. 458. So now only down 3. Holberman with the swing. That's going to be good for a home run. It's going to be 12-10. 428. 10 seconds. Holberman. Nice swing, baby. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Oh, it just went foul. It just went foul. 1 second left to go, and Holberman's gonna. That one looks like it's gonna be gone, and it is. So 30-second bonus. You need 2 home runs to win. 1 home run to tie with 30 seconds. Now 25 seconds. It looks like it might be going in our favor here, but we need at least 1 home run, and that one's gonna do it. He's gonna get that one good. 451. All tied, 12-12, 13 seconds. You're gonna have about 2 swings. Here's a fly ball, not gonna make it. He gets to the warning track, 3 seconds left. This has gotta be the swing. And he gets a hold of it, but it's just too high. He just did not get, he had too much launch angle right there, too much lift. So Holberman gonna tie Jake Lamb in the first round. And we're just gonna zoom through and skip ahead in the next few rounds just so you guys get an idea of what happened. Hope you appreciated watching the whole entire first round for Ricky. And Lamb must be tired because he's only going to get 3. He's only going to get 3 home runs. So Ricky's got to get 4. And I think we can get 4. I think we can easily get 4 as long as with 462. He didn't really run out of gas, which is always a concern for some of our home run derby contestants, right? Guys that are swinging hard, swinging for the fences. A lot of times they don't last. They don't make it to the last round. You start seeing home runs go down a little bit unless they're just on fire and well conditioned. 462 right there, and Holberman with a minute 10, he's going to get another would have been a home run, but too early on the swing. So here is a long drive to left center, and Doesn't look like it's got enough. Doesn't look like it's got enough, but it is. 393. 3 home runs. You need it. You only need one more, though. He's going to get it off the foul pole. So it's going to be tied. 40 seconds. Ricky, come on, baby. 30 seconds left. Holberman with the swing. It's going to go to deep center field. The umpire's turning his back, so that's a good sign. And the fans are looking up. It is gone. Holberman's going to advance to the next round. And that is going to be the man who he's going to face off against, Aaron Judge. So Judge gives him a high five. So we got Cleveland and the hated Yankees going up in the second round against each other. So here's Aaron Judge, and we're going to just fast forward through his swings here and really just kind of get this thing wrapped up and get it done here. So first home run by Judge. Now 11 seconds left to go, and he's only got 9. And this long drive looks like it's going to be enough, but nope. So he's been hitting a lot of line drives, and I think that first round really tired him out, and then they couldn't get the throw off as time expired. So Judge had 9. Ricky's got 6 right now. And with over a minute left to go, it's looking like he's going to take down Aaron Judge with no problem, which is kind of lucky in my opinion, because Judge is just a beast in this style of home run derby, and he's really hard to beat. So it's going to be 9-8 after this home run in 54 seconds when this throw comes off, and Holberman's going to put a good swing on that one, and that one's going to be gone as well. So he's going to get 9. He's going to tie him up, and he's also got the 30-second bonus, so he has over a minute and 10 left to go for his swings to just get 1, and he's going to get it right then and there with 34 seconds to go. That was a 447-foot shot, and he's going to advance to the final round. So who is he going to take on? And I got something funny to tell you guys about this. He's going to take on Paul Goldschmidt from the Arizona Diamondbacks. So pretty hilarious stuff here. So if you guys know my brother from NCAA football and the NBA 2K series, he and I always played, I was always playing as Ricky Holberman, right, with the Tigers stuff going on. So I would be the Tigers, he'd be another team, and we'd be playing against each other in my grandma's backyard, whatever, having some fun as kids. Well, we did our own little home run derby, and at the time, if you guys looked up this player, his name was Arubio Durazo. He played first base for the Arizona Diamondbacks, and I ended up losing. So Holberman ended up losing to an Arizona Diamondback first baseman. So now that we have to go up against Paul Goldschmidt, another Arizona Diamondback first baseman, I don't like his odds. I don't like Holberman's odds here to beat him. I really don't. I think that just being drafted by the Red Sox and knowing that that's where he got his start in my little fantasy world here, it's kind of freaky. A lot of weird stuff's been going on here. So he's got 1. He's got 1 with when we just started. So about 56 seconds left here. He's got 4 home runs. He needs 4 more to tie. And again, with 47 seconds, you're going to need about a home run every 10 seconds. So he's going to get this one in a line drive. He's going to have 5, so it's going to be 8-5. 36 seconds left to go. He puts a charge into this one. He's going to get it. It's a 403-foot shot. He's only down 2. 27 seconds. So you got about 3 swings here, Ricky. Maybe 4 swings. So he's going to get this one. It's 8-7. 17 seconds left to go. Ground ball to third base. 10 seconds left to go. He's got about 2 swings. Line drive, foul. May have been a home run. It's going to come down to 1 swing for the derby. And he basically pops it up. It's going to fly out. And guys, just like what happened against Arubio Durazo, he's going to lose to an Arizona Diamondback and Paul Goldschmidt. So Judge says, what the hell, man? What the hell? I would have beat him. What are you doing? So Paul Goldschmidt wins the home run derby for 2021. And I wish that this game, I really wish that MLB The Show was able to get the All-Star, just even if it's not like official, just rotate the All-Star game. I mean, basically all you need to do is just slap on different colors of the uniforms, right? To match the team that you're in the stadium of, right? And just basically put the All-Star Game logo on the foul lines, right? The foul territory, different. I mean, I don't know how hard that would be, but it's in the same ballpark every single year, right? So that kind of throws off the realism, you know, for MLB The Show. So here we are with Holberman going up against Madison Bumgarner. in the top of the third here in the All-Star game. National League is currently winning 2-0, so American League needs a big hit from Ricky, and he's going to get one. A really good pitch to hit there, but he's going to do his best right there to send it out to center field for a big-time shot, but just couldn't get enough line drive in it. But he's going to get enough line drive into this one, but just it's killing it. It's killing it right now. So Tyler Anderson, the lefty from the Rockies, knows how to pitch him, apparently. So they're going to get him out. And now it's going to be 2-2. So the American League does come back in the top of the 8th. Ricky's going to be out on a ground ball here. Now bases loaded top of the 9th with 1 down, and Holberman just knows he's got to get his job done, right? Get your job done. Get a fly ball. Get the runs scored. Sacrifice yourself for the team. He does. And the American League, that's going to be the winning RBI. So they're up 3-2. That was top of the 9th. Altuve was the runner who scored. And the American League is going to take home the All-Star game in 2021. Like it. Love it. Gotta love that. All right. So Revenge Tour continues, guys. Revenge Tour continues. We're going to Boston. Cleveland is up against David Price in the top of the first here, 2-0, and Holberman going to send a ground ball past Devers, going to hit the line, and another run's going to score. Holberman's going to slide into second, and it's going to be 3-0 here. So Ricky making him pay, 19th double on the year. Price, ground ball, back at the middle. Holberman's going to challenge. He's going to challenge center fielder, and they're not even going to get the throw off. So it's now going to be 4-0 here in the top of the first, and now Ricky's looking over like, yeah, David, what's up? You want to look at me like crap after I made an error in the playoffs when I was with Boston? Red Sox are going to end up losing that game. Indians win. Updated standings here. We're about 137 games in, so we're just nearing the end of the season. Time for a big-time push. Dodgers in first place in the NL West, Giants in the wild card. And here's a statistics update. Ricky's got 35. Judge has 108 for ribbies. Ricky nearing the 100 RBI mark. Jose Ramirez has 100 RBIs. There's your MVP race right there, Harper and Judge. American League and National League. Corey Kluber looking like he's on track for winning the Cy Young in the American League. Clayton Kershaw for the National League. And Ricky's got 35 for 99 for the Silver Slugger. So he's playing really, really well. And I just hope that he can keep the momentum going, because that's what we need, right? 38 home runs now, 112, and he looks like he is. He does have that momentum still continuing on as we progress through this 2021 season. So runners on second and first. We're playing in rainy Chicago against interdivisional rival, the Chicago White Sox. And Cleveland's not going to be able to score here. So that sucks. That sucks. So Ricky's actually got, career-wise, he's got 99 home runs. So going up against Michael Yanoa, looking for that 100th career home run. And it comes up in a clutch moment. Down 1-0 in the top of the fourth. And Ricky's going to get his 39th home run of the season on that swing. And it's going to be his 100th career home run against Michael Yanoa. So you got to remember that name for Ricky's career. Dave Roberts, we didn't get a trade. We didn't get a trade done. And why would you? When a guy's swinging the bat like that, playing good defense, offering his services like that, doing some good stuff for your ball club, and you're in first place, why would you trade him? So here's another line drive out there into the gap. 3-1 game currently, and it's just going to get over the wall, and it's going to be another home run for Ricky. He's going to get his 40th home run off this made-up pitcher named Goff. Probably a rookie at some point. So it's going to be 3-3, top of the 8th, and the White Sox are kind of blowing their opportunities here. They were up 1-0, and they were up 3-1. Ricky comes back, ties the game. Eventually, the White Sox are going to win that game, though. So Holberman's efforts were wasted in that game. So 41 home runs for Ricky Holberman, 122 RBIs. Bottom of the first against interdivisional rival, the Minnesota Twins. And this is a game that we have to have. Jake Odorizzi on the mound. He's a tough guy to hit in this game. I don't know what it is. Just he throws a lot of off-speed and a lot of junk So he's really hard to time. He's really hard to, just really hard to time, really. And you guys see a line drive out to center field. Byron Buxton's going to make the play. And nothing doing for the Red Sox here. Red Sox. Indians, get it right, Gold. Bottom of the fourth here against Jose Barrios, and Holberman's going to send a ground ball up the middle, and there you go. So, Holberman gets on base. Bases loaded after he had that hit. And check it out, Francisco Mejia. Had a lot of you guys talking about Francisco Mejia in the Reds franchise, wanted me to trade for him, but the Indians just didn't want to get rid of him. Just didn't want to just deal him for prospects. They love this guy. In this game, at least, he is a San Diego Padre currently. And if you guys want my honest opinion about the Padres, they're looking like they might be pretty legit this season if all things work itself out. So, awesome job by the Indians to win the division. So we are now headed to the American League Divisional Series against you-know-who, the LA Angels. So yet again, another revenge tour type of situation here for Ricky, who finished the season with 306, so he's a 300 hitter, hitting home runs left and right, had 42 of them last season. Had a hell of a season. But he's not going to come through right here as he grounds out to Andrelton Simmons. And this is a guy that we were going to actually be playing ahead of had we signed with the Angels. So did we make a right decision? I don't know. I mean, we're up 2-0 in the series. And look at Ricky! Woo! Flashing the leather. Good job, Ricky, baby. Nice diving catch there. It is 8-1 in the end of the second inning. So, I mean, there's a lot of baseball left to be played here. But you never want to be down 8-1. But, I mean, Ricky's still trying. He's still got that baseball instinct in him. He wants to give it everything he's got. And here's a nice gap shot. He's going to get in with a double. It's going to be 9-2 in the top of the fifth with one down. So, I mean, we're down 7. So, it's, again, we're not out of it. You know, a bloop and a blast, you know, makes it 6, makes it 5-run difference. You know, we can come back. We can come back. But it's going to be 12-5 in the top of the ninth, and Ricky's going to hit a fly ball out to left field, and that's going to be it. So the Angels, with Clint Hurdle as the manager, are going to get their first win in this ALDS, and the final score is going to be 12-5. So Ricky did everything he could, but the Indians just could not get it done. Against Garrett Richards, a pitcher that just doesn't seem to get along here with Ricky, honestly. They've been back and forth. During his time in Houston, he played a lot of games against each other, and Richards likes to hit him often. So it's really nice to see, and it felt really good to get that home run off of Garrett Richards. And yet again, we find ourselves down. And just when I was talking to you guys about Ricky getting hit, he gets hit again. Gets hit again by the relief pitcher coming in. And yet again, the Angels are going to get another W. So series is now 2-2. Whoever wins the next game, guys, is going to move on to the American League Championship Series. And we already see, as we jump into this final game, game number 5, Ricky's 0-2. He had a clutch situation coming up here, but luckily with his reputation, Hurdle is going to walk him in a 5-4 game in the bottom of the 5th, and Yonder Alonso is going to come up and hit a grand slam. Can you guys believe it? He's going to launch it deep to right field, and guys, in a 395-foot shot, it's going to be 8-5 in the bottom of the 5th. So Shohei Ohtani gives up the grand salami, and ooh, that rhymed. That actually rhymed. I like that. Indians are well on their way to winning this game number 5, but you got to clutch up. You got to get it done, and we do. The Indians are moving on to the American League Championship Series, and I will show you guys who we are playing against in just a few seconds. But let's just rake this in a little bit. Let's just really let our feelings out, right? This is awesome. This is really cool that the Indians are able to win this game behind Ricky's MVP type of caliber season, and he led this team. He led this team to this W. I solely believe that. So you guys can see right here, we're playing against the Boston Red Sox in the American League Championship Series. Hit 250 so far in the playoffs. This is game number 1 going up against Chris Archer. And again, this is Revenge Tour. This is Revenge Tour in the playoffs for Ricky Holberman here, and he's got a chip on his shoulder against the Red Sox, for sure. If he didn't have one against the Angels, he's definitely got one against the Red Sox. Angels more so because they knocked the Astros out of the American League Divisional Series and a division title for the American League West in that one-game playoff, so the Astros didn't make it. So here is a swing and a miss off of a changeup. So Archer's kind of toying with Ricky right here. We're probably looking for a off-speed pitch yet again on a 1-2 count. We do get one, and it's going to be right down the middle, and Ricky, ooh, he had that. He had that. You got to put a better swing on that ball. You expected it. We really needed that here on a 1-1 count in the top of the fourth, and Holberman's going to get a fastball high and outside, and he's going to deposit this over the green monster, baby, for a grand slam. 392-foot shot, and Archer's looking at him round the bases like, you got to be freaking kidding me. You got to be kidding me. That went out, he says. That went out? Heck yeah, it went out. Grand slam for Holberman, 4-0 Cleveland in game number 1, and off that beautiful, beautiful swing, it's going to hit that MLB The Show 18 sign right over the green monster, and the Indians are going to take care of game number 1 and get this W. And Ricky didn't do a whole lot after that grand slam, but it's a grand slam, guys. It's a grand slam. And he's going to hit another home run in game number 3. So we did simulate game number 2, and Cleveland ended up winning it. And Holberman's going to hit this home run, a 2-run shot off David Price. 453-foot bomb, and now Holberman is starting to heat up. And again, Indians are winners here in ALCS game number 3. So we are up on the Red Sox by 3 games. We only need one more, guys. One more, and we're going to the freaking World Series. We beat them 7-1. 7-1. So Red Sox really getting smoked, really getting killed here by Ricky and the Cleveland Indians here. Chris Sale on the mound, and what's cool is that Ricky's facing off against both of these lefties, right? Both these lefties, Sale and Price. I know they've got household names, but Ricky's starting to become that household name here in Cleveland for sure. After hitting 30 home runs between 3 teams last year and now 42 for this team this season, yeah, the league is starting to take notice of him and doing what he does against really elite top-level pitchers, especially left-handers too. I know he likes to kill those lefties, as we've mentioned so many times before, but the entire Indians lineup unable to get anything across here on Chris Sale. So Sale stepped up when his team needed it the most, and they're going to take game number 4, and we're going to head back home to Cleveland to play in game number 5. So guys, look at his stats here in the postseason. 314, hitting over 400 in this American League Championship Series, and now facing off against the Red Sox here in game number 5. Archer's going to hit Ricky Holberman right there, and he's going to give him a little bit of a look there. So he knows that Ricky's been hot, and he knows he hit a grand slam off of him in game number 1, right? So I think there's a little bit of bad blood here going on between Holberman and the Bo Sox here. But look at this, off of a steal attempt, Holberman's going to round second, and right fielder unable to get a big-time throw to third to catch Holberman, so he's going to get into third safely. 2-0 game here in the bottom of the second, and Bradley Zimmer going to hit this baseball into center field deep. It's going to go off the wall, and Holberman's going to score. It's going to be a 2-1 game now. Indians are only down by 1. Indians are now up 4-3 here as we get into the bottom of the 5th, and a base hit right past shortstop. We got a runner around in second, headed for third, and Holberman, iffy decision. Iffy decision. It was a really good play out there by shortstop, and to nail him right there. And he's going to get hit again in a 9-5 game in the bottom of the 9th inning. Holberman's going to get hit again. I don't know if that's to set up a force play at second base with a ground ball, but something's going on. Holberman's getting hit early and often, and it's kind of making me mad here because it's pretty obvious in what they're doing, right? They don't want to pitch to him, and they don't want to look weak by walking him when they're winning, so they're just going to hit him. They're just going to hit him. It's ridiculous, right? So the Red Sox are going to win this game, and now they're starting to come back a little bit. Series is now 3-2, and we're going to go back to Boston. Now game number 7 is going to be in Cleveland. Game number 7 will be in Cleveland, and hopefully we don't get to that point. Hopefully we get this W here. Cleveland's now going to be up 3-0. Holberman had an RBI double right there, so sweet. And now it's going to be 4-0 after this base hit in the top of the first. So Red Sox are screwing up here, top of the 8th, and Ricky's going to get another base knock. It's going to go to center field. He's going to corral it. Ricky's not going to push it, though. And in a 9-4 game, it's like, why would you push it, right? Just take your single. And this is kind of salt in the wound here for the Red Sox. Holberman's going to end up stealing this base. And you might be asking, why are we stealing late in the game, up 5 runs? He's going to end up stealing third base. He's going to end up stealing third base. So talk about bad blood. We want more runs. We want more runs. And with Francisco Mejia up, he can definitely get a fly ball out there and get Ricky to score on a sacrifice fly. But he's going to get a ground ball, and shortstop's going to just elect to throw it over to first just to get the out. But we do get the run, so really good job by Mejia. And the Indians are going to win the American League Championship Series, and we are going to the World Series, guys, against the Chicago Cubs. So a rematch with one of the greatest World Series that I've ever remembered watching or even witnessing. It was absolutely amazing. The back and forth, the Indians having that big time lead against the Cubs in that entire series. Cubs came back, and that game number 7 was just unreal. So the Indians win, and they're going to go back to the World Series. And Anthony Tadano is going to be the player of the game. Had a home run with 3 RBIs, 2 runs, 2 hits in 3 at-bats. So, I mean, this guy's been kind of coming on too. So I kind of feel bad that Holberman has kind of been the guy, you know, in this Cleveland lineup. He's been really killing it. Between him, Ramirez, and Mejia, it feels like Ricky Holberman's been like the power source, right? I know that Ramirez has been hitting really well. High average, really high average, more high than, well, higher than Ricky, but more power with Holberman here. But Tadano has had a really good ALCS, so I kind of feel bad for him, because otherwise, if Holberman wasn't there, you might be leaning towards Tadano as the playoff MVP for the Indians. So we are going to be hosting the Cubs in game number 1. We've got Corey Kluber on the mound, and look at Holberman's numbers here, guys, for the postseason. Stunning numbers. And we're going up against what looks like to be Alex Wood. I know that windup, and wow, Ricky on the first at bat in the bottom of the second with Cubs up 1-0. You got to be a little bit smarter than that and not swinging the first pitch, something that you can't really do much with. But in the next at bat, we're going to be down 4-0 here in the bottom of the 5th, and Ricky's actually going to get a single, so he will get on. So good to see that. And Holberman's going to end up stealing this base, and that's a really good jump off another left-hander. And Contreras is no slouch there at the catcher position, so he can gun some people out, right? So Holberman was taking a risk there. Indians will end up scoring a run in the latter part of that inning, and it's going to be in the bottom of the 7th. We're only down by 3. So right-handed pitcher now, and Holberman is going to be timing this up correctly. He's going to get a big-time boosh. That's off Carl Edwards. It's now going to be 4-3, so that's a huge home run for Cleveland. And we're now only going to be down by 1 in the bottom of the 7th with nobody down. You guys got to keep that in mind. So we still have a chance. We still have a chance to come back and win this game. It's 4-4 here, and manager for the Cubs is going to elect to walk Holberman to load the bases. Loading the bases here in the bottom of the 8th. Full count and a walk. A walk is given up by Mike Montgomery. And this is actually going to load the bases. Excuse me. So this is going to load the bases now. 4-4 game here. And we really need this hit. 0-2 count here on Francisco Mejia. And he's going to strike. Actually, Yandy Diaz. And he strikes out. Cubs are going to win this game. Kind of sucks. They're going to get 2 runs on the top of the 9th, so we just could not hold them off. Yeah, that kind of sucks. We're down in a 1-0 hole here early in this World Series matchup, and Holberman in the bottom of the 2nd, down 1-0, is going to get a solo shot in his first at-bat of this World Series game number 2 And off another lefty. Off another lefty. He loves feasting on lefties. It's just like, why do you even pitch to the guy? Why do you even do it? If you're a left-handed pitcher, why do it? So Cleveland's going to get a W at home. We're going to have to go to Chicago now in the next game. And we see Anthony Tadano, yet again, another really good performance. So this guy is really coming through in the World Series. So here's a toss over to second base. Holberman's going to get back to first, and the double play is done in the bottom of the first inning. 3 pitches, 2 outs for our starter. 354 batting average for Holberman in the entirety of the World Series. So the guy is absolutely just raking, absolutely scolding hot here so far. And going up against what looks, I think this is Yu Darvish. This looks like Yu Darvish. Top of the second, gets that ball on that cutter. Holberman trying to do some damage here in the top of the second to try to get on base for his guys here. Yes, and actually this is Yu Darvish pitching. Hopefully we can get a run in off another home run. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Or just get on base any way that you can. Cubs pitching staff is pretty solid in this game, so you got to do what you got to do to get on base, give your team a chance to win. 10 pitches so far for Darvish, so he's been very efficient, but in this at-bat, he's down 3-1 after that cutter missed. 88 mile an hour cutter on the inside part of the plate, just missed. Holberman is going to be swinging here, I can promise you that, on a 3-1 count and pitch inside. So he's trying to shoot for that cut fastball to break inward, and it just wasn't going to happen here. So here's a base hit. Chris Bryant trying to make a play. Could not corral the baseball. So Indians have runners on second and first, and here is a fly ball. Michael Brantley was up to bat, and Holberman is going to be testing the arm of center fielder Albert Almora, and this might have been not a good idea. And it is. He's going to get safe. So safe is called. Tadano hitting .333 with 5 home runs. I feel like Holberman has been giving him protection in the lineup. I know that we've had already one batter ahead of Tadano and after Holberman, but here's your ground ball to Chris Bryant. Going to make the play over at second, so Tadano cannot come through for Cleveland. But we will skip ahead to the top of the 5th, and Holberman comes up, and he's going to be swinging, and guys, he's going to get this 3-run shot off of Yu Darvish in the top of the 5th. It's going to be 5-0. 466-foot blast. Darvish can't believe it. And the Indians are going to move on to game number 3, having tied the series 1-1. So here's the final score, 8-2. Holberman actually had 5 RBIs in that game. They're actually moving him down to batting 6th. Kind of crazy, especially against a left-hander and Alex Wood. Again, he's starting. Very strange. And we're actually going to go ahead and skip here. So the Cleveland's actually up 3-1. So we did simulate the last game in Chicago. We ended up winning that game. So we're up 3-1 in the series, and Holberman has this RBI. And going up against Alex Wood here yet again, and Holberman in the top of the 3rd is going to get another home run. So he's just continuously raking right now. It's going to be 5-4, and Wood just can't seem to figure out Ricky right now. So here's the top of the 8th inning. Holberman's going to get a base hit. We are down by 1. We're down by 1 score. 1 run. 6-5 game. Holberman does get on. First pitch right out of the gate against the new batter. So Greg Allen's actually going to pinch run because we do need that late score. So with Ricky out, we do jump ahead, and the Cubs are going to win this game. So we're still up. We're still up in the series, though, 3-2. So are we going to have a repeat? Guys, are we going to have a repeat? Are the Cubs going to come back from 3 games to 1 and win the World Series? We're just going to have to find out. But Holberman, bases loaded in the bottom of the 1st, and Nick Pivetta, you can see him visually upset. And Holberman's going to send this baseball out to the right field, center field gap, and he's going to get 2 runs to score. There you go. So bottom of the 1st, and the Indians are going to get 2 runs. We'll jump ahead to the bottom of the 4th. Ricky up to bat, sends another slider the other way. Same spot, off the base of the wall. Ricky's thinking about going to third, but he's going to get smart. Going to get smart to that idea. Still early in the game here. You need runners in scoring position. You need to take care of business here. He's going to end up getting to third, though, with one down. And here's a fly ball out to right field. Both runners are tagging up. Holberman's going to score easily. The throw comes in, but not really anything the Cubs could do about that. So it's going to be a 4-1 baseball game here. Indians are up. Pivetta is visually upset. He's basically lost all control, all of his cool here. 11-2 in an elimination game, and Holberman is just not stopping. He's going to keep piling it on the best way he can. He's going to roll in with a double in the bottom of the 8th here, and the Indians are going to look like they've got control of this game, like they're going to win this World Series, guys. And Francisco Mejia comes up. And are we still going to allow more runs to come across, or are we just going to just lay down the bunts and just get this game over with? Mejia hits this base hit. Holberman going to stay at third base. It's going to be 12-2. Chris Bryant trying to keep his guys pumped up and, you know, the best way that he can. But down by 10 runs, it doesn't look like the Cubs are going to be coming back here in one inning, right? They need 10 runs in one inning. It's looking more and more like the Indians are going to win the World Series, and a stolen base. So that kind of didn't sit too well with me. I'm kind of a traditionalist in baseball fashion that way. There's no reason to be stealing bases up 12-2 in a World Series game. That doesn't need to happen. So Yonder Alonso comes up, and he's going to end up flying out to right field, but you can see Mike Montgomery's upset, guys, as he comes in and just tries to get some outs and get out of here. But the Indians are going to win the World Series for 2021, guys. Corey Kluber celebrates. Everybody's celebrating. Everybody's pumped up and excited, happy. Indians fans, you guys' World Series drought is over. World Series championships, I should say, is over. Nice. Nice win. Nice win for the series. Ricky Holberman had a lot to do with it. Batted, I think, over 500. Over 500 in the World Series. Just absolutely just killed it. So Holberman, guys, is a World Series champion. Did he find a permanent home with Cleveland? We'll have to see in the next episode. He does have one season left on his contract for Cleveland. And after that episode number 11, we'll just have to see who might be interested in his services come 2023. So you guys can see his numbers there. 542, 4 home runs and 14 ribbies for the World Series MVP. He also did win the postseason MVP for 2021. So I'm going to see you guys next Friday for Ricky Holberman episode number 11. I'll catch you guys later. As always, peace.